to show you part 2 of distressing this table and also applying stain after distressing. So just to recap, I painted this table with chalk paint. The top I painted black, the bottom I painted blue, and then I went ahead and used sandpaper to distress it. Now the top, I actually already did the process that I'm about ready to show you. I already did that on here, which is applying brown stain to the chalk paint. And this is the stain I'm using. It's by Minwax and it's called, what is it called? Or no, I'm sorry, it's by Rust-Oleum and it's called Kona. And this stuff is really, really thick. So depending on how much you want to change the color on, you know, the colored part of your furniture, you might want to actually clear coat this first. Like I said in my prior video, I did test it, so I know that it's what I'm going to, I know it's what I want. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. I just got done using it, so I'm not going to shake it. Normally I would shake it like a Polaroid picture, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm using an old rag. You can use whatever you want. Normally with stain, when you're staining wood, you wipe the stain on, and the directions will say, you know, leave it on 3 to 5 minutes or something along those lines, and then wipe it off. Or, you know, or wipe it off sooner if you want it lighter, you know, things like that. Put on a couple coats. Since we're putting this right over paint, specifically chalk paint, which it does work over regular latex paint as well. The latex paint definitely doesn't absorb it as much, but if that's the look you're going for, then there you go too. But you don't want to put it on and then wait to wipe it off. You pretty much put it on and wipe it off as you're putting it on, if that makes sense. So let me show you. I'm going to dip my rag. And I mean, you don't want it super dripping just because you don't want to make a mess. I mean, it can be dripping if you want, but, and when you first go to apply it, it's just going to look like, oh my gosh, that's really brown. But then as you, there's another reason you don't want your rag super dripping wet, because a little bit of stain for this process, which, I mean, technically it's a form of glazing. We're just doing the whole thing. But it's just applying stain over paint. So you just keep rubbing the piece. And I know this part's still looking dark. We got to get some of that stain off and get it onto some other areas. One of the cool things is you get your stain right in these creases right here. And then when you go to wipe it off, it kind of stays in there, and it gives it a really neat aged look. So get that into the creases, and then you just kind of want to keep rubbing, because it does, you don't just want to like stop and, you know, take a phone call or something, because it does dry, and the longer you leave it on the wood, the darker it's going to be. So if you want it to be completely brown, you might as well have painted it brown to begin with, but if you want it to be completely brown, then just, you know, leave it on there and don't wipe it off. But that's not the look I'm going for, and that's not the look I am trying to show you. So, here I'm taking, and I'm just wiping this off. So, and you can see the parts that are distressed, that I sanded, they're soaking up the stain more. The part that is blue is just getting toned down. So it's still blue, but it's a toned down version of blue. And I like it better for the look that I am going for. Okay. And this is kind of one of those things you have to work rather quick on, because you want to be able to wipe your stain off as well. Another thing that you want to have handy, I have it here somewhere, handy, really handy. There it is. Another thing that you want to have handy, yes, I'm wearing pajamas. It's late. Is just another rag to use. So this one's kind of full of stain. I want more stain off. So I'm going to take this other rag and just keep wiping. And once again, if I did want this blue to be a little bit bluer and not have so much of the dark sticking to it, then I would have put a clear coat over it. But I wanted this to have darkness to it. So I'm just going to keep wiping the stain on just kind of remembering where I'm at so I don't just leave some random part of stain to sit there and make my wood all dark. Let's put it on, wax on, wax off. And if I wanted this to be darker, or I wanted to have kind of like a gradient, I could let this kind of blend up, you know, or blend down. So you can do a lot with the stain. You just, once you have it at the darkness or lightness that you want it, based on your, how hard you're rubbing and how much you're putting on, you just leave it to dry, and then it dries. So another technique you can use is taking thicker grit sandpaper, or lower grit sandpaper is what I should say, like maybe 20 grit. You just run it down your piece, and then you stain right over it, and the stain just sticks into those little areas. And I showed that technique in a different video. So check that out if you want. I'll try to remember to put that one linked in there too at the end of this one. I won't put you through watching me do this whole thing, but I wanted to just kind of give you a taste of what the two differences are between just distressing your piece or distressing it and then putting stain over it to further kind of age it. So let me just get this kind of blended, and I think that that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions about distressing or staining or chalk paint or you know, simple furniture repairs or how to get a drawer to not stick, candles are your best friend, by the way. Just wax the drawer all over the place. Bottom, you know, the bottom rail part, all that. But if you have any questions, be sure to ask. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I am doing my best to get as many videos out as possible a week anytime I'm doing something new. I do my best to record it for you guys. I don't always edit the videos, but you get to kind of see what I'm doing. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. What am I forgetting? What do YouTubers say? Hang on. Share it. Give it a thumbs up. Or click that like button. Yeah, all those good things. Anyway, you do whatever you want, but thanks for watching and have a good day. Peace. And hello, this is Angie reporting from my basement, or my workshop in my basement. Actually, I'm not reporting anything. I'm recording though, which rhymes with reporting. I'm feeling kind of silly and much less tongue-tied than my last video, so 2 thumbs up for me. This is a continuation of the last video that I uploaded, and the last video was about distressing items that are painted with chalk paint, or just distressing in general. Distressing meaning the way I do it is, well, one of the ways I do it is through sandpaper, so just sanding down the area that you want to distress. I painted this table here in the background, and then I went ahead and sanded down all of the edges to expose the raw wood. In my prior video, I was showing you how after you distress, you can actually apply, here's my dog, you can actually apply stain over the paint and distressing, which is kind of like a glazing technique, but what it does is it tones your paint down. So if you see the last video, you notice this paint was much brighter, and I like bright, but my style that I do for furniture refurbishing is more like rustic and vintage, and you know, like I have a secretary in my living room from the 1800s. I'm into that old-fashioned kind of look. So if you're looking for like super modern square lined videos, not right now, maybe check back in a little bit. I'll change my style one of these days. But so this table right here, I finished putting the stain on it, or finished glazing it, so to speak. And I'm just going to zoom you in and show you how it turned out. Or zoom you out. One of the two. So I'll just kind of turn it here for you to see. Oh, the camera is not focusing. Here, let me get it fixed. Look at this blurry image on camera. Hang on. There we go. Oh. Focus. seem like it wants to focus very well. Here, we'll zoom out and then in. There we go. Trick it. Yeah, so as you can see here, here's the top. The top was painted black, but I went ahead and I distressed the edges, and then I stained it with Kona, which is, oh, I always get it mixed up. Is it Minwax? Rust-Oleum. Kona by Rust-Oleum. So I distressed the edges. I'd already painted it black, distressed the edges, and then I put Kona by Rust-Oleum over the top, and then that's the same color that I put over the rest of the blue here is Kona. And then, like I said in my video, you should watch it to see what I said, but I'll tell you what I said. So when you are distressing, whew, there we go. Okay, whoa, too close. Whoa, too far. Whatever. Anyway, when you're distressing and then you're adding your glaze over it, or you're adding your furniture stain over it, you want to pay attention to how dark you want that glaze to be. Because if you have like a really light color and you just want it to kind of get toned down a little, like just a little bit of shades of brown kind of modeled in there, then you're going to want to clear coat your item first. If you have black and you're just trying to kind of give it that nice, I don't know, kind of, whatever, distressed look, or I just like the look of black paint with stain over it. I think it looks better than just plain black paint. It just kind of like makes it look shinier, and it almost looks like it's like stained wood. So that's my thing. So if you want it to not, the stain to not adhere so much or soak in so much to your paint, because this is chalk paint, so chalk paint soaks things up. You'll want to put a clear coat on first, and then you'll do your stain over the top. If you want the stain to adhere more, which I wanted this to adhere more, that's why I didn't put a clear coat over it this time. In one of my prior videos on glazing, you'll see that I did use a clear coat. So there's different times when you might want to use one and when you might not want to, just depending on your process. And again, when I glaze, I use furniture stain. So I'm not talking about the stuff that you buy at the store that's called Glaze. I think that's like way more expensive than furniture stain. I don't even know. I haven't shopped for it because I just love the look of how furniture stain turns out, because you can get it in all kinds of different colors, you know, light brown, dark brown, red. If you have like some really red stain and you paint something blue, where you glaze it with the really red stain, it's Barn Red by Rust-Oleum, it'll turn purple. And so that's kind of a neat little look too, to have blue with like little purple kind of streaks across it. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with this glazing technique I'm showing you. Now, I haven't done the final part of this. I wanted to show you guys what the blue looked like once it was all glazed, and I haven't put my clear coat on this yet, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. Push that aside. The one thing I haven't done is the front drawer. So I painted it black. Actually, before I painted it black, I painted it blue, and then I wanted it to stand out more, so then I painted it black. So the way this distressing turned out is a little different, and I wanted to show you how it turns out. So as you can see on this one, you can kind of see, I hope you can see, the blue is still kind of peeking through with the black. So that's going to give it just a little bit of a different look. Now, if I wouldn't have sanded as hard, I could have had the black with just the blue showing through, which would have been really cool. Or if I would have put the blue on, then put a clear coat on, then the black on, it would be really easy just to sand or wet distress, which we'll talk about wet distressing later, wet distress the black off to get the blue around the edges. So there's so many different techniques. It's really exciting. It's like, I say I refurbish furniture, but like, I am a furniture artiste. I'm an artiste. So let's go ahead and get started with glazing our last piece, which is the drawer. Try to get you zoomed in. There we go. Cool. And if I don't say it at the end of the video, if you like my videos, it'd be great if you'd give me a thumbs up, let me know that you like them, subscribe, so you can just easily go to your subscriptions and check out my latest content. One day I'd love to be one of those. I know they all say, oh, I don't make YouTube videos for the money, I do it for the fun. Well, actually right now I am doing it for the fun, because as I've said, I'm not like editing these videos or anything. I'm just posting them because I just think it would be fun to post them, and I like to teach. But you know, come on now, if you've done any research on YouTube and how it all works, like when you have enough subscribers and you have enough view time and all that stuff, the YouTuber gets paid for the ads that get run. And there's different ways they can get paid. And then there's like Patreon pages where you can set up your own page for a lot of different media, not just YouTube media, but other media that you share with the world. So anyway, it'd be cool if you subscribed. If I got enough subscribers, not only could I, you know, make some money at home doing furniture, but then I could make a little bit off of the videos too. And my whole thing, I just stained that, by the way. That's done. That's done. So to end my little rant on subscribing and whatnot, my whole thing is I want to be able to stay home with my kids. They're young. Two of them are a little bit older. My stepchildren are a little bit older. The two of them are young. They're 4 and 6. And for the first part of my 4-year-old's life, I mean, the first part she was with me, but then after that I had to get a job because there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And ever since I was a little kid, I just said I want to be a mom when I grow up. Like people say, what do you want to do when you grow up? And of course I wanted to be an artist and all those things because that's like totally my thing, being creative and artistic. But I wanted to be a mom. And I always said, you know, I'm going to have kids and then I'm going to raise them myself, you know. And then I realized that was great. That was a great dream for a single girl that had never had kids before, or knew how much it took financially and just out of you to have kids. So I had to work for the first couple of years of her life, and then it's like I finally got to know her after she was 2 because I was working and she was in daycare because I was divorced. So now I'm just really trying to get the furniture stuff going. I talked about my furniture stuff. You've seen on my prior videos. I've talked about, you know, my jewelry. I still make my jewelry. I'm just, it's not selling on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm probably going to put it on Etsy. But anyway, to end my rant, it'd be super cool if you subscribed, shared it with your friends, you know, any of that stuff, just to help a mom be able to stay home with her kids, because any little bit of extra income would help. And I mean, I know I'm not going to be like, what's a famous YouTuber? I don't know. I only watch these craft videos. Like Jamie Ray Vintage, she freaking rocks. One of our kids watches Dan TDM. He plays video games. I don't know, but apparently he's able to just play video games all day and get paid by YouTube from the ads or something. I don't know. That's probably, like, leave me a comment if this is all crap, because this is just stuff that I've heard. But either way, it'd be cool if you subscribed. It'd be cool if you shared. It'd be cool if you liked it. But I mean, if you don't like it and you don't want to subscribe and you don't have any friends that would appreciate it, like, don't, because that's silly. I am literally, since I'm not editing these videos, like I said, I'm just kind of making them for the fun of it, making them for you, seeing if, you know, folks want to watch my unedited videos or not. Leave me a comment about that. I could probably ramble for a long time today, but I don't think I will. So I just want to leave you with thank you so much for watching this video, because obviously if you're still watching, you're still watching. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing it with your friends and for all those wonderful things. And if anything else, thank you for having happy, successful thoughts about me getting to stay home with my children, because that's what I want to do. I want to be home with my kids. I don't want to be away from them all the time, you know, at work and, you know, busy from work and on my laptop, you know, from work. I want to be able to, you know, have them on down here and let's do some painting together. You know, you've probably seen my little girl was in one of my videos and it wasn't one of her best moments. But, you know, I just want to be able to work from home. So if you could help me with that mission, that'd be super cool. Other than that, I'm not begging or anything. I'm just saying, like, help a girl out. Other than that, have a fantastic day. And you know what? Be creative as you can be. And as I've left you with before, my Jerry Springer final thoughts. Well, Angela Sawyer final thoughts. Do something nice for someone today. Like, compliment someone on their outfit and really mean it. Like, if they're wearing cute pants, I saw a lady today when I was taking my daughter to preschool that was wearing these really cute pants. So I complimented her. You know, compliment someone. Hold the door open for someone. Do something nice for someone. Because this world needs more nice people. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Peace out. And the finished product. There we go. Top painted with black, then stained. Bottom painted with blue, then stained.